this time to keep the same city alive. Bad visibility caused crashes. Fortunately, all 4 crew members were able to walk away from this one and fly more victuals. And the coal they carried was used in Berlin.
The airlift continued even as Berlin's mayor led the German assemblage in paying respect to American flyers who helped feed the city. But with all this, the city was eating into its reserve. Were British Sunderlands, which brought 4-ton cargoes to Berlin lakes. Their barges helped us over the blockade. Adding the Royal Air Force Station at Fossberg to the lift gave the British Yorks, Lancasters, and our own C-54s another victuals terminal only 50 flying minutes from Berlin. German kids often thank Group Captain Yard and his RAF, as well as General LeMay's flyboys. We worked together in peace as in war. The Air Force planned the Berlin airlift, and the President approved. Then Headquarters Air Force directed MATS, Military Air Transport Service, to put into effect the full Berlin airlift plan. The spectacular Air Force Navy transport operation was shown to Air Force leaders, the Secretary of the Air Force, Symington, and Air Force Chief of Staff, General Vandenberg. General Tunner, commander of the Airlift Task Force, briefed the visitors.
Yep, they looked us over. The C-54 Skymasters from the Pacific, from the Caribbean, from the United States and Alaska. At far-flung bases, Air Force crews had been alerted. C-54s can't move without us throttle jockeys. We flew the sturdy troop carriers, each able to lift 10 tons of coal and food in peacetime, as carefully as it carried 55 wounded men in wartime. We reported promptly, and our country was proud of its Air Force on a mission of mercy and international significance. Some of us came to Frankfurt in the American zone to the Air Force base called Rhine-Main. You know, those trucks were waiting for us. Transportation Corps did a colossal job. We got down in a hurry to give them a lift. Rhine-Main looked like a certain Pacific beach during the war. Only this stuff was much more organized. Somehow it all went into our airplanes. Biggest item was coal for the utilities. It was packed in GI barracks bags. Second biggest item was made into pumpernickel, Schultzstangel, and Kuchen. We call it bread. Then medicines. Every ounce of cargo was checked. Of course, there was GI soap for the GIs, and milk for the innocent sufferers of every disaster, the kids.
Rigid inspection paid dividends, kept maximum number of ships on the job, saved men and equipment, trained ground units. Streamlined maintenance for the lift was set up in Germany, England, and in Texas, USA.
And from all the Gulf and East Coast ports, the U.S. Navy's Sea Lift, the ocean-borne leg of the Berlin airlift, brought approximately 12 million gallons of aviation fuel to Germany every month. We carried enough gas for the trip to Tempelhof and return. One of our gang, Lieutenant Halverson, loved the small fry. He instituted Little Littles. It wasn't much, just candy bars on tiny handkerchief parachutes dropped to the Berlin kids. A great guy. We all gave Little Vittles candy and handkerchiefs. Good flying, chum. Like the rest of us, the tower gave Halverson a piece of sky.
Stacking gave breathing room. Each plane got an altitude and a moving block of space. 40 to 50 airplanes were crowded in the narrow air bridge. Careful timing, controlled by the most modern communications facilities, made the airlift work.
Yeah, that's how we could fly 3 round trips a day and supply food and fuel to a city of 2.5 million with a handful of planes. And even supply the kids who waited on a certain hill for little victuals.